Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Quest SMP, and today we start off the episode in the Nether, which is a little bit different than what we're used to, but I've got a project I am excited to work on, so I wanted to start off straight away. So I've dug out a little bit of a room here in the Nether obviously, and I want to set up a Piglin trading, automatic Piglin trader setup. After doing a little bit of testing and creative, I kind of wish I set this up a few weeks ago on the server, as it, it does give you quite a lot of resources that are helpful. So I've set up a box here of goodies that we will need in order to build this. So I'll do a little bit here with you guys, and we'll see what we can do. So first of all, just a simple chest to collect the drops. I will probably extend that down. Now we'll need to take out all of the blocks here. And go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cool. And then take these guys away. And I think I could just put the things on top of there, but I want to have a little bit extra, just in case they get backed up at all. So essentially what will happen is I'm going to be putting carpet on top of these. And then the piglins will stand on these with some glass surrounding them. There will be droppers that will drop. Just do this first of all. So like that. So a dropper facing the other way. 1, 2, 3. Okay, brilliant. And the other droppers ended up in here. That and that. So the droppers will sit like that. They will be attached to a redstone clock, and I think it's every 6 seconds it will spit out a gold ingot. The piglin will pick that up, he looks at it for a few seconds, then he throws, I think there's quite a big list of different things you can get from that, but basically he'll throw it and it'll end up in this hopper, which will end up in this chest. So it's pretty simple setup, to be honest. It's just the clock there that I would need to build up, and obviously I need to actually get piglins. I've got some name tags and things here to name them, but that'll be the hardest part. So yeah, let's get setting up with the clock. So give me just a second to get some blocks organised. Alright, so we've got the hopper clock installed. Pretty similar setup to what we've got over at our flower farm. So again, we've got comparators reading out from the hoppers to see if they have an item. If they do, it will power this torch, turning it off, which in turn will turn this one on, which will extend this piston, and then when it goes into the other hopper it does the same, so essentially goes back and forward. We can see that happening there. And obviously we can add a delay by adding in more items. So if we take what we need for this one, I actually got this from a Etho video, and he worked out that 9 items is about perfect for the length of time it takes the piglins to look at the gold and throw you an item. So you see there's a delay, and that gives the piglins enough time to give you a new item. So grab everything out of here. Did I get everything? Yep. So now we need to connect these up. So just a repeater running in the back of these droppers and a line of redstone, and that is it. So now, well, these have activated, but now every time the block or the redstone gets to this side, it will power all of the droppers spitting out a gold ingot. It'll move over here in 6 seconds. I think it's 6 seconds. But after the 9 items moves, it will move back and spit out a new piece of gold. I went with 4. Obviously this can be scaled to however many you want, pretty much. I think 4 will give us a pretty decent amount of drops and things for now, at least anyway. I am limited to gold at the moment, as I don't have too much gold, so I think 4's enough just to split up the gold I have, which is only just less than 3 stacks. I am going to go and get some more before we completely finish this up. Time to put some glass in and try and find some piglins that are going to go in here. Yeah, so that's my next task. Let me do that. and we will come right back. The piglins are all in place. There they are, looking handsome. So we've got Harry, Barry, Gary and Larry. That is their names. Can't see it through the glass, but that is their names indeed. So, I mean, I'm going to have like a service door here just to manually put the gold into the droppers here. I could eventually in future hook this up to like a chest that I could just throw loads of gold in and it would just distribute. But I think being able to manually throw in 9 stacks of gold in each one's probably, I'm probably not going to have that much gold at any point, so I'll put like an iron door or something here and then a little service area. I have some of the chests here, just need to add the hoppers, so like that, and that should be, yeah, that should be all good to go. So I've got all of our storage like that. Awesome. And then just a little walkway, we can watch them do their thing. So let's give it a test. So this is all the gold I have. So what we'll do is we'll split it into 4, put 16 in each. I do need to put 9 items in this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So like that. We'll wait till it turns off, then we'll throw items and like this, and then we can watch them. So there we go, we started getting some stuff. You see it works out the timings pretty well. As soon as they throw something, the dropper drops a bit of gold. And it looks like from testing, they grab the gold straight out of the hopper, the dropper as soon as it drops it. So I was worried the dropper was going to drop the gold and then it was going to just be sucked back up by the hopper, but it looks like it just goes straight into the hand. So I'll let this run and then we'll check the chest and see what we get after the stack has run out. Alright, they have finished through, or went through all the gold with 16 in each. Let's see what we got. And it's pretty insane the stuff that you get from that. So again, that was only a stack of gold. We've managed to get over a stack of nether quartz. We've got iron boots with soul speed 1 on them, 32 leather. That's one of the main reasons I wanted to build this, because I really just don't like farming cows. That's just very boring to me. So that is awesome. Soul speed enchant, another soul speed enchant. Some iron nuggets, crying obsidian, normal obsidian, fire resistance potions. I mean, ender pearls, glowstone dust. That's great. That one. So, I mean, almost 2 stacks of gravel, just from that. That is awesome. Like I said, I do wish I had set this up a lot sooner. Because the stuff that we're getting here is just so handy. So we're back over at our industrial district here, and as you can see I've got some sugarcane and things growing. Little update on the creeper farm, it is working quite nicely. That's probably after maybe a couple hours, so pretty decent there. As you probably noticed, I have shulker boxes now, so after I purchased the elytra I went and done a little bit of an end run. And I got this as the goodies that I got. So got myself a spare elytra, 33 diamonds, some shulker shells. I've obviously used some of them already, a whole bunch of tools and a whole bunch of armour. So that is pretty awesome that we've got a lot of spares for pickaxes and armour and even a spare elytra. I'll go back and do another end run at some point in the future, but for now that stuff will do as well. The next thing I think we should probably think about working on, obviously I have the dye shop back at spawn and there's a few colours missing from the shop as we couldn't get it inside the border, but now that it has been removed I have some of the things prepared. So yeah, we've got cactus for the green, I have sea pickles here for the lime, and I have some cocoa beans actually growing inside of there for the brown. So I think we should set up these two farms at some point, probably one today anyway. I've got a design for the sea pickle farm, but with the cactus one I wanted to put it down there somewhere, and I think I want to also build a bamboo farm that will feed into some furnaces that will actually just automatically cook the cactus once they break off. That way we just get the dye straight from it rather than having to go back in and smelt it manually ourselves. So that's what I'm thinking. So that's going to be a pretty big building. I want it down there somewhere, and I think I want to have just a smaller kind of outbuilding here for the sea pickle farm, as that one's quite small. So I think I'll work on this one today and get that done so we can get the line dye at least sorted. So let me go and get all the other things I need. It will work similar to the flower farm with pistons moving on a clock timer, shifting the coral blocks, and then there'll be bone meal as well, bone meal and the coral for more pickles. We'll get into that in a moment, but I do need to gather up some resources for that, so if you give me just a wee second. Alright, so this is what I have so far for the sea pickle farm. Now obviously the dirt here is standing in for the coral blocks, and then I will have to have a block of water, like a source block here, that falls down and covers this entire area. But pretty much the pistons and the redstone is pretty much almost identical to the way that the flower farm works. Again, we have the hoppers here with an item passing back and forth, and it alternates the pistons. So we turn it on, there we go. And essentially what will happen is the bone meal will bone meal the sea pickle, which will grow on all of the coral that will be here, and then with the shifting floor will break it, just like the flowers. So I need to obviously get the water in, get the coral and things in, but that'll be last. I do need to put in a collection system down here. I'm just going to use a hopper minecart to run under all of the blocks and pick up all the sea pickles and drop them off into a chest. So yeah, this is the location of it, pretty close to this one here, and the building will obviously go up around it. I like putting it up just a little bit, give me some space to add in chests and things underneath. So let me finish it off, guys, and I'll be right back. So yeah, on a bit more testing of this, it's not actually functioning properly. I didn't realise this, but the collection system isn't picking items up, and it's because they are floating up in the water rather than resting down at the on the block itself, so the minecart can't actually pick the items up. I'm sure I tested this in my creative world, but obviously I maybe just skipped over that part, so I'm going to try something else for collection. I think if I put in flowing water from the back here and have them pushing forward, and I could replace this row here of blocks with hoppers, potentially that'll work. Yeah, I'm going to try that out, and I will let you know how I get on. Alright guys, so I thought I would get back to a little bit of building after doing some of the redstone and things for the farms, and I have built up the basic shape of our cooling tower that goes around the creeper farm. So this is what I have so far. I'm quite happy with the height of it. I could have went a little bit taller, but I didn't want it to be taller than this. I feel like this should be one of the highest points of the area. So it's decent size. There is still a good bit of work to do here. I want to round off these shapes a little bit, as it does look a little bit jagged edges. So we can do things like this with the centre. So if we go up and do maybe something like that, and do that and stagger that up there as well, I think I'll probably add an edge of extra blocks around it at the bottom here. Again, this will be a building, so it doesn't really apply too much to there. So let's see how this looks. There is mobs and things spawning on the inside of this I'll need to take care of, so we'll leave it there for now. take a look at this side. Yeah, it looks like it gives it a little bit more of a base. I probably need to add in some blocks like that. Yeah, it's starting to take shape a little bit more. Let's just get up and do it on this next level as well. So do something like this. Missed the block. Yeah, you can see the shape starting to come a bit. Obviously it needs to be extended all the way around. Oh. Okay then. Yeah, so let me do that. I'll try and round this off a little bit more with adding in the edges. I was going to build this in a time lapse, but I thought it's probably a little bit dull because it is just placing stone pretty much in a circle over and over again. So I will try and get the shape a little bit more natural looking here, a bit more round, and I'll be back in a moment. So I took a quick break from working on this Peeper Farm tower and I headed back over to our little Piglin trading setup that we done earlier on, and I made some alterations as the hoppers were getting backed up. They just couldn't handle the amount of items, and I think it was because there's so many non-stackable items like iron boots, there's enchanted books, there's other things like that. It's backing the system up. So I've added in these chests in the collection system. So basically the piglin's standing on top of this hopper here, so the items just funnel into this chest, and the same with these other ones. The double chest is just because these two guys share the same one, and then from there the items start running through the chain and into the system. Just means we've got a little bit of a buffer here with these chests so that there's no items maybe left standing on here that might despawn. So we've managed to get quite a lot of stuff so far. That's from about 6 stacks of gold, as we've almost filled up 2 chests worth of goodies in there, which is pretty awesome. I do need to tidy this area up as it's a bit of a mess at the moment. But we're going to go back over and check out the tower, as I've made some changes. I've rounded it all off a little bit and I have done all the texturing and things, so we'll check that out. All of the texturing is now complete on the tower here. I've just went with some andesite and polished andesite just to give it a little bit of a texture. I didn't want to add too much as it is quite jarring on the eye when there's too much texture on a large surface like this. I was thinking about changing it up to granite here, but having the contrast does kind of work, as these towers are usually a kind of greyish white colour. So I think I'll just keep it with the stone. That goes all the way around. I've also added in half slabs on top of all of the spots where mobs could potentially spawn. I was going to use carpet, but I just decided to go with the stone instead, and yeah, looking good all the way around. I did actually add in a frame of a building that I said I wanted to have here coming out the front so you could come in and access the chests. However, when I built it, it looked a little bit strange. It looked a little bit out of place just sticking out of there, so I think I'm going to scrap that idea. I'm going to just close this side off the same as the rest of them. I'll need to relocate all of the chests and collection system, and I think I'm going to have maybe a separate little building somewhere around here, possibly over here, that the items will collect into. So the way I will change the water stream so that it moves, or it brings the items along this way somewhere and into some chests that way, and we will access it from there. So this will be pretty much inaccessible unless we are going to fly up the top and in, so we can get to our AFK platform, which I still might move and put somewhere else, but for now this is where I will go, to AFK for the farm. Alright, well I think that is all we have time for in today's episode. I do want to have another go at trying to fix up the issues I'm having with this farm over here, as we learned that the collection system that I put in place does not work. Just trying to play around in Creative World with the water, having it push it into hoppers. couldn't quite get it to work the way I want it, so for now it is just manually picking, or having to jump in and manually pick those up. But we may get to that next episode, I may get to off camera, I'm not quite sure. But I'm happy that this is done as a new addition to our industrial area here. Just that little bit at the front I need to tidy up, and that should be all good to go. It looks quite cool here as it gets to night, so I'm quite happy. Just ignore this sugarcane in the way. Does fit in well with the area. But guys, as I said, this is going to be the end of the episode. We have run out of time. We did get a lot done again today, and I hope to just keep on the momentum going. Thank you for all your support. Please leave a like if you liked the video, subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.